Hiya and welcome to my workplace. I can almost hear you saying, what a wonderful place to work. And I suppose it is. It's a beautiful place. It's got statues all around, it's got wonderful artwork, it's got some superb architecture. The Tsar Nicholas II described it as a dream in stone. But believe me, it's hell to work in because it's also got hundreds of rooms, got miles of corridor. You spend so much time dashing from one meeting to another. It's almost an exercise gym. You've just got to get about so much. It was built really as a kind of gentleman's club, a cathedral of empire. Now there's no gentleman here anymore. Well, there may be a few in the House of Lords, I don't know, I don't check very often. What it is now is a legislative factory, churning out legislation, granting the money to government, and that's hard work. It's become tougher and harder and a full-time job, which it never was before. But it's carried on in this wonderful decor. It overawes people, and everybody who comes here gets the same standard joke about this as the central lobby. It's handed on, I think, from MP to MP and from guide to guide, because here are the 4 patron saints of the United Kingdom, all of them. Up there, St. Patrick for Ireland. The Irish never really wanted to be here in the first place, and most of them left. Up there, St. David for Wales, because the Welsh can't shut up, and that's where all the talking is done, down there in the chamber. There is St. Andrew for Scotland. The Scots like a wee dram. The bars are down there. Though how long they stay is an open question at the moment. And there's St. George for England, because the English are a load of social climbers who can't wait to get to the House of Lords. Now, let me show you around the small bit of it we're allowed to photograph. This is the central lobby, where everyone has the right to come and to try and get hold of their MP, although you might find that he or she hides if you frighten them. This is the members' lobby. It's reserved, surprisingly enough, for members of Parliament after the House is sitting. Here you've got the statues of the great and former leaders and prime ministers. Now there's Jim Callaghan. He was prime minister when I was first elected, a magnificent prime minister in my view. In fact, my victory helped give him another 2 years of power. Here's, love her or hate her, Margaret Thatcher, the woman who changed everything. She broke the power of the unions. She privatised a lot of our great utilities. She nibbled away at the welfare state. So I guess you could say that Tories love her. I've got more mixed feelings myself. And there is John Major, the man who took over from Mrs. T. There's a space, well, I guess that's reserved for either Blair or Brown. Perhaps they'll fight over it. It used to be the rule, though, that people didn't get a statue until they were dead. Behind me is the chamber. That's the Holy of Holies. And today they're actually queuing to get in to reserve a place for the budget. That doesn't normally happen. The chamber is the home of our British political class. It's the place where the battle between the parties, opposition, government, Labour, Conservative, is fought out in a system of government by party. It's there that we MPs go to put the problems and the grievances and the issues that our constituents want put before the country and put before the government. It's there I go to fight for Grimsby. It's not an easy job being an MP, and it's particularly hard being MP for Grimsby because the job is in fact getting tougher. There's not only the 2 days a week driving up and driving down to Grimsby and back, but there's now all the select committee work, which is pretty hard and there's a lot of energy. The fact is, I'm getting old. I should be 80 this year. That's a bit old to carry on doing this job. It's time, I think, to hand over to somebody else. A new MP can bring new energy and new ideas and a new drive to the job, which is why I'm making this announcement now. What I intend to do is retire in 400 days or so in May 2015 when this Parliament comes to an end, and then hand over to somebody else, who a new MP, who I hope, of course, will be a Labour MP, because that's what Grimsby needs. I shall regret going. It's a sad occasion. It's been a wonderful party, a wonderful town to represent, and I've been doing my best and having a wonderful time doing it. But it's time to go. And I've got to recognise that fact.
I've sung this song, but I'll sing it again, of the place that I lived on the wild windy plain. In the month of April, the county called Grey, here's what all of the people there say. So long, been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I got to be drifting along. Well, the dust storm came, it came like thunder, dusted us over, it covered us under, blocked out the traffic, it blocked out the sun, and straight for home all the people did run, singing so long, it's been good to know you, so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I got to be drifting along. Well, the sweethearts, they sat in the dark and they sparked, they hugged and they kissed in that dusty old ark. Sighed, they cried, they hugged and they kissed, but instead of marriage they were talking like this. Honey, so long, been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I got to be drifting along. Now the telephone rang and it jumped off the wall. That was the preacher, he's a-making his call. He said, kind friends, this may be the end. You got your last chance at salvation of sin. Well, the churches were jammed, the churches were packed. That dusty old dust storm, it blew so black. The preacher could not read a word of his text. He folded his specs, took up collection, said, so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I got to be drifting along. Now it's so long, been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. The dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I got to be drifting along.